Hey, what's up, guys? This is Matthew Msingati, the hybrid, the designer, and a developer. In this video, I'm going to explain to you in details with clarity what Shadcn is. I am hoping to unpack and also remove all the misunderstanding, the misconception, and also the noise from YouTube videos and internet. Then you might ask, what is that noise? Okay, let me just give you a quick overview of the noise from the internet. Okay, most people view Shadcn as a component library that has got beautiful user interface component. Okay, it's all about this styled some sort of beautiful user interface, and it's not about that. It is about you building your own component library. So when you are introduced to it and you hear the buzzwords beautiful, interesting, nice interface, and well designed, well, I've got news for you. Shadcn, it's not about that. Okay, enough about that. Let me just give you what I am busy with, and I have built this with Shadcn. Okay, so how is my own approach of understanding Shadcn going to help you to become a better developer? This is what you are going to gain from this video and from this channel. Number one, I'm going to assist you to think like an architect and like an engineer rather than a designer. Okay, the beauty of design, it's there and I understand it, but at this point in time, in order for you to understand Shadcn, so that it cannot be confusing, more especially the internet and YouTube videos, they make that confusing. Okay, let's get into practicals. Okay, as you can see, I've got a Shadcn component here, which is here, and that Shadcn component, it's a dialog. Okay, it's a dialog, this one. Okay, look at how engineers and architects think. I've got that dialogue. I'm not saying I've got a beautiful dialogue. Okay, I'm saying I've got that dialogue. And I have modified that dialogue to be reusable. I have made a template out of it. Instead of taking what Shadcn tells me to take, and based on my code, I took this and I created a template out of it, and look at what I came up with. This is that dialog. As you can see, it has got the name Matthew the designer and some component. Okay, let's just check here. What I did, I took this component as big as it is and I shoved and I pushed it inside that dialog as a template. Now this is what I got. As you can see, the same dialogue. Okay, when I want to modify anything that is in that dialogue, I do that on one place and one place only, as you can see here. Okay, that means I can change this here, one place, and then from then, imagine if we were having thousands and thousands of places that are using that dialog, meaning that I was just going to change it to one place and it changes in everywhere. Okay, as you can see, this dialog is doesn't really mind much about how big the component that has been fixed here. As you can see, I've just finished showing you my own way of using Shadcn, and I didn't mention nice interface, I didn't mention Tailwind CSS, I didn't mention styling, I didn't mention light and dark themes. I'm just talking about engineer. If this maybe terms or this explanation is a little bit higher level for you, I will advise you to go to my other videos and listen there when I'm breaking down, and watch my videos when I'm breaking down these in detail. Let's just get into Shadcn. I have proven to you that Shadcn is not about styled and beautiful component. It's about engineering. It's about architecturing. It's about how easy can I create it and how well can I maintain it. The beauty aspect of it, it's a side effect. It's something that comes natural. Point in case, I am a designer, so I'm capable of designing beautiful user interfaces. That comes as a side effect. It's something that is within me. But now I'm explaining to you front end engineering. Okay, so part one. People view Shadcn as a UI library. This is what they will always show you in their videos. There is a light and dark theme, easy to use, and I'm saying that's not cool. What I'm introducing to you, Shadcn is a library for you to build your own library. So how are you going to build your own library out of Shadcn? Let me just make something practical. I've got a folder here, which is my components. Okay, my own component. I've got my own component that I've created under Shadcn. As I'm working with Shadcn, I'm creating my own component, which are easy to use, including these ones. Okay, including this one that I have made a template and I am reusing it. Okay, now let me demystify Shadcn to break it down and make it easier for you to understand. As soon as somebody mentions beauty and beautiful user interface and colors, they are taking you to the wrong direction. Let's just look at the building blocks of Shadcn. Shadcn is built on top of Redux UI and Tailwind CSS. Okay, now what I'm going to do to hit the point home, I'm just going to use the definition from this website. Point number one, the big and bold sentence from Shadcn, it's build your own component library. It doesn't talk about quick copy and paste and whatever. The big message is build. Number one, it's about building an architect, be a master builder, and then your own component library, meaning that build on top of me. Okay. And then let's go to Redux UI, of which another UI library that Shadcn is built on top of. Start building, and then building is also appearing. Well, a lot of internet and YouTube videos will tell you, look at this nice, beautiful, what can I say, component. It's already made for you, and you can quickly do it and quickly finish. Well, you can take that approach, but these libraries are focused on architecture and engineering. You must build. It must easy to do. It must be easy to explain. Your code must be clean and it must be easy to maintain. Let's go to another framework or UI. What can I say? Another CSS based library, which is Tailwind CSS. Let's see what it says. What is big and bold? Rapidly build modern. So as you can see, there is build on Tailwind CSS, there is build on Redux, and also there is build on Shadcn. So if you go to the internet and watch a video on YouTube that talks about it's easy, it's fast, and it's beautiful, it's styled component that teaches you Shadcn from a designer's perspective. And remember, I am a designer and I'm a developer, but at this point in time, I don't want to push the other agenda, the designer's mentality, because in order for you to understand Shadcn, you don't have to think like a designer. You have to think like an architect. Shadcn is going to be easier for you. I have struggled to understand Shadcn because I have watched a lot of tutorials which are just following this documentation. This documentation is clean, is straight and short to the point, but there are some things that I feel like it could have been explained better. For instance, this point of this is for you to build your own, and also how do you build, not how do you customize it, because this documentation it's built on how do you customize it, more like drag and drop, copy and paste. But the actual essence or the fruits of Shadcn, it's when you know how to build. Okay, in closing, let me just make an example of the internet mentality and the YouTube mentality when it comes to Shadcn, so that I can give you different types of um skilled guys, okay, so that you can clearly understand what I'm talking about. Okay, the internet view Shadcn as a library with beautiful styled components, make it easy, quick, fast, and that's it. That person thinks like a painter, somebody who deals with paint and colors and the roller and brushes and all those things. But me, I view Shadcn as a tool from which I can engineer, from which I can build, okay, my own libraries. I talk nothing about beautiful interface. I talk nothing about quick. I talk nothing about copy and paste. I'm building my own library. So I am thinking like a builder or an engineer. So The mentality that I want to adopt when it comes to Shadcn: think like a builder, think like an engineer, think like an architect. I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer, the hybrid, the best of both worlds. If you might be interested in my 10-hour coaching course, you want me to explain some difficult concept or what you are struggling with, feel free to go to my website, matthewmsengati.co.za. Click a free discovery call, give me your email, and give me your name and your email. We are going to engage via a video call. I'm going to understand where you're coming from, what's difficult for you. This course is different. I don't prepare a 20-hour long video course which you will get only 10% from it, whereas you have paid 100% for it. I create a tailor-made course for you. So let's design your career and code your future. See you on the next one.